This newscast is brought to you by Qberg, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ plus news and community information. To learn more about Qberg, go to their website, qberg.com. That's QBURGH.com. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. The Trump administration has ordered the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to stop nearly all its work, effectively shutting down an agency that was created to protect consumers after the 2008 financial crisis and subprime mortgage lending scandal. Russell Vought, the newly installed director of the Office of Management and Budget, directed the CFPB in a Saturday night email confirmed by the Associated Press to stop work on proposed rules, to suspend the effective dates of any rules that were finalized but not yet effective, and to stop investigative work and not begin any new investigations. The agency has been a target of conservatives since President Barack Obama pushed to include it in the 2010 financial reform legislation that followed the 2007-2008 financial crisis. The email also ordered the Bureau to cease all supervision and examination activity. On Sunday, administration officials also said that the CFPB's headquarters in Washington, D.C. would be closed the week of February 10th through February 14th, according to an email obtained by the Associated Press. No reason was given for closure. Employees and contractors are to work remotely unless instructed otherwise, the email to headquarter workers said. The order follows similar efforts by the White House to dismantle the U.S. Agency for International Development. The CFPB is a creation of Congress. It would require a separate act of Congress to formally eliminate it. But the head of the agency has discretion over what enforcement actions it takes, if any. Yet, Elon Musk commented, CFPB, RIP, on social media site X on Friday. And the CFPB homepage on the internet was down Sunday, replaced by a message reading, page not found. Also late Saturday, Vought said in a social media post that the CFPB would not withdraw its next round of funding from the Federal Reserve, adding that its current reserves of $711.6 million is excessive. Congress directed the Bureau to be funded by the Fed to insulate it from political pressures. In other news, as if that weren't enough, Donald Trump's second administration has put forth an avalanche of policy changes and political pronouncements that have jolted Washington and the world. That agenda is taken largely from his Agenda 47 campaign proposals, the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, and other hard-right influencers with juice in Trump's White House. There is much more, however, that the president and those groups discussed on the campaign trail but have yet to attempt. Here's a look at some substantial proposals still pending. The right has long targeted the U.S. Department of Education, which became a cabinet agency in 1980 under President Jimmy Carter. Trump aides have prepared an executive order that would limit, if not effectively shut down, the entire department. I want Linda to put herself out of a job, Trump said of Education Secretary designee Linda McMahon, who yet awaits Senate confirmation. The timing, though, remains uncertain as the White House grapples with how to unwind an agency that was established by law and involves billions in spending approved by Congress, including Title I money for low-income schools and college student loans. Trump sidestepped and obfuscated on abortion during the campaign. He bragged that his Supreme Court nominees helped overturn the Roe v. Wade precedent and shifted control of abortion restrictions to state governments, but said he would not sign a national ban. Then he changed course and said he would ban abortion later in pregnancy, though he did not specify when that would be. Project 2025 would seek tighter restrictions on abortion pills, demand for which rose after Trump's election. The document says that the administration should revoke the Food and Drug Administration's approval of medication abortion drugs. Project 2025 would also invoke an 1873 obscenity law, the Comstock Act, as justification to block the mailing of any abortion-related materials. It would also codify into law the Hyde and Weldon Amendments, budget measures used to limit the use of federal money for abortion-related services. And it would call for federal guidance declaring that emergency abortion care such as for complications that could lead to sepsis, is not required under the 1986 law signed by Republican President Ronald Reagan that generally requires hospital emergency departments to meet a certain standard of care for all patients. We'll be examining additional changes the Trump administration has in store for the implementation of Project 2025 and the rise of the Fourth Reich as the coup continues. Be sure to download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. If you are watching our videos on YouTube, be sure to click the subscribe button. That's the news at this hour. Now back to more music on PEP Radio.